Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and you beautiful rainbow people in between, welcome, welcome, welcome back to the Battlefort. On this Thursday, 20th of January, 2020, Part 2. How to describe how yesterday went? It was sort of like being tied to a bucking bull on a roller coaster. We were dealing with the aftermath of Alphino going to Garlemald. After which, we met up with Yen and Y'shtola back in Doma. Went off in to the Azim Steppe, where we investigated an Algan totem tree, I want to call it, that apparently helped to raise Azasla and Dalamud into the sky. Let me turn on some game musica. There we are. After which, we fought with Sadu of the Dothrial and beat her like 100 times off screen. While Y'shtola killed a man in plain sight. Just absolutely left a smoldering crater behind. Like, the Ornir are gonna have to elect a new leader, because theirs is dead. So after all that humbug, we went to a meeting to induct Alamiga and Doma into the Eorzean Alliance, where I started tripping balls so hard that it spread to the other scions, Alizé, Y'shtola, and Thancred. Thancred got a hangover and passed out. So we returned to the Waking Sands, where I tripped balls again. This time took out Urianger and Y'shtola. Now it's just me and Alizé here in the Waking Sands. Solus Galvus is apparently alive in Anasian. Xenos is possessed by Elidibus. And Dalamud and Azasla. Yes. Anyway. And shit be going down, yo. Let's see what today has us in line. Hey, hey, Alizé! So searching. Alizé is at her wit's end. Cutscene already. La-di-da.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news.
Yeah, but it looks like you're growing slightly taller, doesn't it?
After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemist's Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring.
Have you tried drugs? Just straight up drugs.
Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle.
And that's why the
And
plot took
Alphino's
them
still
out.
missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Hey, 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 it's Cryo! It be going.
Cryle! I did not think you well enough to travel.
Welcome back, not Silva Azure.
When word reached me of the
How you
plight of
doing
our
today?
friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Where have you been, Cryo?
Yes, I should have thought of that. Thank you for coming, Cryle. We would welcome your insight.
Fair enough. Fair enough, Gaodu.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas.
That's right.
Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the studium?
Oh my god.
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm third wheel on a
That
date.
particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault. But I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was.
I doubt
Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened. Thanks to a certain someone.
that. I didn't do shit. Oh, that someone's probably
A
Estonian,
certain
never mind.
someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
Oh, I got blackmail material. I got blackmail material.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
Alright. Good to see you, Kryle. In that cat-eared hood. Look at that waddle. That lot of foul means serious business. And so we wait. It must be uncomfortable to sit with that rapier. So he says, man, I want to talk. I got a giant sword on my back. Never mind.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep.
But
Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
yeah, that'd be the soul ripping.
Yes. The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
Indeed.
If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
Oh, hey, there we go. That'd be useful.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
To the seats
Oh,
here.
it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
Well, to Master Matoya's then. Go to Ildershire. Ildershire. Ho! Oh god. Bloody bagpipes! Get me the fuck out of here! Ah, that's better. Nanny butt, activate! Ah, it's been so long since we've been in Heavensward, isn't it? Look at that beautiful, beautiful view. I believe the cave is right down over there. Let's go visit Master Matoya. Ah, look at this. God, that would have been post Heavensward the last time we checked in on her. Been a full expansion. I'd heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities, fuck that word, if she agrees to help us. Oh, cutscene. That's a good theme.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems. Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Wow, how many burials have you been at, Matoya?
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Wow, that's a sentence.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
I love you,
Now,
Matoya.
What exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
We need your
If I may,
strongest
Master
drugs.
Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
Her boots match the carpet so well, it looks like she's just floating there.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
You're goddamn right. I love Master Matoya. It's always a fun time being around her. She brings this kind of wit, like being around Dame Maggie Smith. You know? Now use the Force, Crow.
Right. Let us see what we can see. I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
Alrighty. Go for it. God, it's the fucking light of the crystal. I take it back. Sound design's a little choppy here. No, that ain't good.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
Elaborate, please.
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
They've all become Asians.
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Uh-oh.
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the broodmother's daughter all over again.
Oh. I didn't even think of that.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
Where the fuck is that somewhere?
But where?
Okay, thank you for
That's
making me
the
redundant,
question,
Alzay.
isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking.
The of a sort, yes.
Pray, excuse me a moment.
Pray, return
Yes?
to the waking sands.
I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lee's. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
Oh yeah, I was wondering why Maxima wasn't with that group.
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
God, you're just a treat, Matoya.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Let's be off then.
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Again with the depleting of ether.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. Feels something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting at shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Too true. Too true. Okay, well, back to Alamigo so quickly then. So that was the woman who tamed Y'shtola. Tame's a strong word. Kind of more like kept at arm's length. I had the distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino is back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. A defector's tidings. The news from Alamigo has left Alize in a state of nervous excitement. I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? At least would have said so. Unless... there's no point in speculating. They said she'd notified the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate in the Alamigan Quarter. I'll be praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphino's plight, and leave the search for our friends and lost souls to me. Alright. Good to see you again, Cryo. There's your 10-second cameo. Come, Gigi. We're going to the Alamigan Quarter. Thank goodness for this instant transportation. It's like the best thing about this game, outside of the story of Dark Knight. And Nettybot, naturally. Right. Holy shit. Is that a Rathalos? Oh, it's a Rathalos. What the fuck is a Rathalos doing in this game? Greetings, Scions. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in? Let's go to Rathian. Yep. Wow, everybody's here. They had a Monster Hunter collab during Stormblood. Oh, that's just cool.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Wow, a lot of voice cutscenes. Less talking for me then. can rest my voice and stream longer now.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
Indeedly do.
What happened to my brother?
Holy crap.
Where is Alphino?
Fucking hell, Alize.
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events. Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing.
Forced to make an emergency landing.
As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians. This Shadow Hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn.
This is true.
Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
Man, Roban is really growing on me.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
Now that can't be good. We just won it back.
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
No, they won't. Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on! No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Really just
Consider it done.
bouncing back and
We'll
forth.
send word when...
Oh no. Ah, god damn it!
Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
it too. Well, at least we're both still standing.
Yeah, but usually
thank
one
God.
person
I thought
goes
we'd lost you
minimum.
for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
Shit, I think Alphino's gone.
Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Like, the spell, how it goes thus far, is that it takes at least one person right before it stops. It started with Thancred, it got Y'shtola and Urianger. If me, Alisaie, and Lys are still standing, see, the Cryo just went, Alphino just went. Actually, I think that's it. That's all who's left. Unless they took Riol. But if Alphino's gone... Yes! I'm left with the only good twin. Alisaie! We have adventures to go on. So, Alphino is safe, for the present at least. Now, all we need to worry about is a full-scale Imperial invasion. Oh no, he's gone, Alisaie. It's just you and me and you. So happy together. I'm actually glad they tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave. So you throw wide the gates. So you do care about Alisaie? Damn tootin'. Freedom from that little shit at last. Unless it took the others, then I guess. Why is it everybody but Alphino? Come, JJ. We must meet with Hien for like the 16th time in a week. Why don't we just give Hien a fucking link pearl? I come to represent the lands of Naksha. Long have we struggled in defiance of the Empire, waiting for just such an opportunity as this alliance presents. The fall of Rabba Nostra was not the end of our nation. We who survived retreated underground, and have been gathering strength to mount a counteroffensive. Damaska will rise again. After the humbling at your hands, Magni and his ordner have spent every waking moment upon the training fields. Defeat does not set well with the son and his children. Serves them right. The Imperials have enjoyed the freedom of the Ruby Sea for far long enough. It is time they paid their dues. Ho! We of the Blue Kojin will not submit to the Empire's tyranny. If only our red brethren would awaken to the folly. I don't think they have that of distance. Make a call. No, that's fair. That is true. That's right, because Thancred needed a very special link pearl to contact Riol from the provinces. And it barely connected with Alphino in the burn somewhere. Alone, Doma could accomplish little against the Empire. But in concert with the allies who have gathered here today, we might do much. Indolent, you have arrived in time to witness the beginning of our new alliance. A proposal struck a chord with many of our neighbors, I am pleased to say. So you said last time we were here. I'll go to Joy's thing. Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of our newly formed alliance. The Kojin and the Confederacy you already know, and it was your own strength of arms that won us the cooperation of the Steppe tribes. We have also been joined by neighbors from Nansha and the indomitable citizens of Dalmasca. Though the scattered nations of the latter's resistance will somewhat delay the official induction. These proud peoples have reunited under a single purpose: stand against the tyranny of the Garlean Empire. It's pronounced garlic, Ian. Well, I am glad to see your alliance is coming together so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. Shit is going down, Ian. Has it ever stopped going down, Elze? I thank you for bringing me news of Alphino. His fate is never far from my thoughts, and not only because he is our emissary. As for this sudden development of Imperial forces, I agree that Alamigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from our shinobi indicate a massing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain that the Empire is poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea. God, we haven't had an actual Garlean head-to-head conflict since A Realm Reborn with Gaius. Reborn, even. Fuck. God. And I would hope deflect that blow. But I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in its place. The all-important Algan energy barrier. The energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious. A name drawn from the four lords of legend. Perhaps Sirius Argus, or some such. Well, just a thought. The Onwork engineers report that they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to testing stage. Have you time to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protected Ozislav firsthand, and I would be interested to hear how you think ours compares. Sure, shit. I will come too, if you don't mind. Though I am no Y'shtola, I may be able to offer some insight. I keep forgetting Alize is quite new to the story. She wasn't with us for the bloody banquet. She wasn't with us to see Azazla. Like, this is still technically her first adventure with us. And she spent like half of the last third of it recovering from a wound from Fordola. It's so strange. It feels like she's been part of the story even longer. Of course, time being of the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn. Yugiri, I leave you and Hakuru to bring the War Council to close. Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready, my lord. Wear the storms. Okay, let's see what gross-ass thing they're offering for food this time. Legman balls? Papanasi. And God, I'm not gonna butcher the Indian language today, never mind. Sirius Wall. Yen is eager to see the energy barrier in action. Well, we will cross the burn by Yol and Falcon as before. Join me at the Overlook near the House of the Fierce. God, my reading comprehension is deteriorating at a rapid rate. Alright, hi-ho Silver away. Girl, you look very judgy there. Activate Nannybot. You have to run the burn again. Give the word when you are ready to take green. Cutscene. Oh, snazzy. So that's what we saw in the distance. Look at us. Armageddon walking like bosses.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
Still gotta get.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders.
Without fear of weakening home borders.
Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
That's intense. Survey says. Holy shit. Yeah, that's Algan Tech.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming. Yards, 2,000, 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
Nice. Holy shit.
4,000, 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
I'm just going to assume that's into the stratosphere. Finally, some good fucking news. And now it goes to shit.
Is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wall for us.
That's the spirit. Put it in reverse.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
Hey, it's the Shadow Hunter. I recognize those dumb-looking shoes anywhere. Oh, and he has... Yes!
By the gods, it's Alphino.
Finally!
What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
Wow. Quick drop.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
I like his voice.
No, not him too.
His lips are still fucking weird. Like, get that boy some chapstick or something.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem.
Indeed.
It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
Adventure's fine. Warrior of Light's a bit. Yep. So it is, Gaius. Yep. Black Wolf.
I, Gaius van Baelsar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished.
God, why did he even need to use his helm? He looks good underneath.
Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Baelsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
It's pronounced Marinara.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Do you remember how it unfolded?
Let's see. Ultima, pathetic.
How I was deceived by La Habrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea?
Mm-hmm. Deceive is a
Yes, he
strong
used
word.
me. Yes, he used so many others. All to further the restoration of his wretched god.
Well, good news. La Habrea is officially dead.
Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians. The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge.
Yeah, but it feels weird to just let him wander around, doesn't it?
My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered into oblivion.
You're welcome.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword. Are the Scions not of like mind?
About that.
In this single respect, perhaps.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired. Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know. Yet among the red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the source.
So that's how you pronounce his name.
The first was La Habrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmett Selk, about whom little is known.
I'm getting a feeling that Emma Selk is actually Solus.
We have files on La Habrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmett Selk is new to us. As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Heidelin's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets. It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
toxic gas. This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch. Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Galvas.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized. And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
Wow.
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland. It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
I still feel like it's weird to have him wandering
brother's
around.
life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
We'll settle this another time, I swear.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
And then I'll knock your jaw off. You know, knowing that he's Gaius, I don't trust him, but the new voice actor is like... God, his voice is like velvet honey.
Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least.
Indeed. Wasn't he like Viceroy of Doma for a second there? Maybe it was just Alamigo.
Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Doma.
So, which one of you is carrying him? Hello? Are we just leaving Alphino laying in the sands? Oh my god, we are! Now he's a sandy little shit. Even should our alliance send a contingent to Eorzea, I will stay here in Doma with the remainder of our forces. As much as I would enjoy taking Imperial heads at your side, we cannot leave our borders undefended. Fair enough. What uncanny timing that Master Alphino should return to us just as we were testing the barrier. I only hope a cure can be found for his malady. Whatever. Melody. Fucking hell.
Malady.
Malady. Fuck the English language. Otherwise, The War Council has ended in unanimous agreement to forestall the Empire's expansion plans in this region. Our allies are willing to send troops to fight in Eorzea. Hey. Alphinaud is safely ensconced in a private chamber. My finest healer is examining him as we speak. Oh, there you are, Alize. Did you carry him? I've spoken with a physician, and there are no outward signs of illness. Alphinaud is lost in sleep from which he cannot be awoken, just like the others. Seems that even the lands of the Empire were not far enough away to escape that cursed voice. I share your frustration, Alize, I do. But Alphinaud has returned to us alive and otherwise unharmed. All that remains is to find the means to awaken him. Until then, you can but fulfill your duties as a scion, yours and your brother's both. You're right. Of course, there are arrangements to be made, and little time to make them. To business, then. My lord, now that we know that Sirio's wall works as intended, can we expect reinforcements for Alamigo? You most certainly can. As promised, we will send troops to bolster our allies in Eorzea without delay. Pray be aware, however, that they will not arrive without delay. Save for some few who boast teleportation magics, the bulk of our force must be transported by sea, a lengthy voyage for which the smaller vessels favored by the Confederacy are ill-equipped. Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Aldernaud Trading Company in finding suitable ships. As for navigating the distances in question, we are in the happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. Beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely that our East Arnaud friends will consent to any involvement in military operations, but I am certain we can afford Alphinaud a berth aboard one of the vessels. We shall have a Kerugan, whatever, accompany him every ilm of the way to the Rising Stones. You have my thanks, Lord Ian. You're giddy. I will go on ahead with our friends to Alamigo, and as all those capable of teleportation, put them at the disposal of the Eorzean Alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard. Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we were hoping for. Lys and the Alliance leaders will be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. God. Okay. Whoop. Meanwhile, at a Black Rose chemical plant. Oh, what's gonna happen now? Is that the Halo theme?
Our supplies at Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance. See that you do.
Hey, it's the Weasel Man!
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention. A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
He speaks so softly.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing.
Oh, that sarcasm is thick.
A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck is with that walk?
Precisely.
You fucking dork.
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire. You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise. Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Of fucking course!
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
I think we got a Kefka. We got a Joker. We got a just man wanted to see the world burn.
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way. Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in Allagan cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research. And of all the options available, you chose the Founding Father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey?
Holy shit. This man has nothing but daggers for vocals.
Planned, this will become something of a family enterprise.
Just realized that little circular thing.
The capstone of this world, I, the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
Yep, that guy is one cannon short of a six-pack. I just realized the little circular thing on his collar might be a crystal of darkness that he needs to inhabit his host, even if it is just a clone. Well then, that certainly was a thing that happened. You got a crazy dude now. Parley in the front lines. Yen stands ready to depart for Alamigo. We must leave now to convene with the Eorzea's leaders, and it may be some time before we return to Doma. Okuda, I leave you in command. My lord. I shall assemble an advance party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. I've just received word from Lise. The Alliance has established a base camp near the Alamigo's northeastern border. Whoops. Not need to do that. Alright, well, Port of Pretoria. Assume she said something on the lines of, we should get going over there, or something. Oh my god, it's a small blue horse. Nanny Butt, activate! Here we are again, ready to fight the same foe. Yet I could not be anywhere else. This conflict concerns us all. Come what may, we cannot allow the Empire to regain its grip on Alamigo. Here, I think I found the guide Lise mentioned. Ah, you must be the Scion's party I was told to look for. It is I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. If you will follow me, I'll take you directly to the Alliance headquarters. You fucking imagine. What's shaking?
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Here. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, were our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
High time.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news,
shit is going down still. Did it ever stop? Nope.
So, Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right?
Just another Thursday in Eorzea.
Only one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal.
Hey, welcome to the club, Lise. Welcome to my
Getting
life.
Back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea.
Too true.
The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it. As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
I'm right there with you, Roban.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
Hey, we get to meet him again.
The Emperor himself. Well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission.
in theory.
Knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
Just a sec.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
God, Lise, you know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it. Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
Must I go to another of these bloody meetings? Fine, I'll be there.
That's settled then. We don't know what Varus means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand will make all the difference.
Hey, maybe he wants us to kill Elidibus.
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
Alrighty, let's go talk peace. Talking peace to go to war. What do you think, Ian? Is Emperor Varus enthralled to the Ascians? That is the question. If Shallian could not negotiate peace with the Empire, I rather doubt war can be avoided here. But every moment we still for our preparations will count in the final reckoning. Well, I suppose it's polite to keep... I don't suppose it's polite to keep an emperor waiting too long, shall we? Yeah, let's see how this fucking goes. Oh, I don't expect it to go that well. Give them those twins. They're twins, right? Both dressed the same. He's probably stalling so he can get Black Rose up and running too. Ah, dramatic cape. God, he's fucking massive, I forgot.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance. On behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you. As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us. But you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace.
Ah, they're at least polite enough
As
to
you
recognize
know
each
only
other's ranks.
too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated. Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Dorma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
That's a bit shaky.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Your Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor. For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. A 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned.
Yeah, but...
Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
Yeah, by killing the biggest issues.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise.
Yeah, see, that's...
You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
Yeah, and it failed him, too.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people.
Congrats on getting your first shot, man. Hopefully it doesn't hit you like a truck.
There was a time when Garlemald, too, lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong, from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of Ceruleum and the subsequent development of Magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own.
Yeah, but...
On the shores of Vilbrand we found it. And from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
The kobolds and Sahagin might say something different.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers? I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the Twelve's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
No, so we can laugh.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
The man has a sword for a tongue, and he's cutting deep. Oh yeah, I hope that first shot doesn't hit you like a truck. Jeez, it's the second one. Ugh. Anyway, let's see. Whatever rebuttal I had in mind was lost when Varys mentioned my father. The man is certainly skilled at keeping his opponents off balance. I mean, have you seen Solus? For a moment, I feared our talks would descend into violence there and then. Alisaie speaks of a dislike for politics, but her honest plea may very well have prevented an early battle. It is true that Limsa Lominsa's beginning were not wholly honorable, but our wrongdoings do not make the Empire's deeds right. I do much wonder of Emperor Varys' decision to attend these negotiations. It is plain he has no intentions of hearkening to our entreaties. But what then is his goal? You are one dungeon and a few duty missions away from Shadowbringers. I beg you, finish it today. Alright, I will try. If they keep doing voice cutscenes and I don't have to talk as long, I might just push on through to Shadowbringers. At least the beginning. Because I'll cut off stream when we're about to head in. Maybe I'll do the event, the seasonal All Saints Wake, and whatever Hildebrand thing is tomorrow. If there is a Hildebrand thing after Stormblood. And then maybe we'll start Monday off in Shadowbringers. We'll just have to see how this plays out. Varus holds fast to his ideals, just as I knew he would. He will not be swayed from his path. Why do I get the feeling the Emperor is hiding something? For years, something posh, very light and merry. For years we have warred with the Empire, and with no end in sight, a parley such as this represents a unique opportunity, and would not squander it with bitter words. Alright, what do you say, Alize? Phew. This really is not my forte. After his Radiance's little performance, it was all I could do not to swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing the mediator. I just asked myself what Alphino would have done. Tried my best to do the same, and by some miracle it worked. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he's looking for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. Whatever it is, I can't make it out. Not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the parleys to reconvene, though. So why not try consulting our illustrious leaders? Mayhap they have some insight to share. I will say one thing about Varus. He is well versed in Eorzean history. His entrance in all affairs is that of the beast in its prey. The conqueror would know his enemies. All should know their enemies, yet there is much and more we do not know of the Empire. Sure, let's see, I'm sure Varus would be happy to tell you. Then it's up to us to change that here and now. Let's do the first one. Ha! You would have me ask the Emperor himself? Well, mayhap there is some wisdom in that. If we are to skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to our answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind. That was an awkward pause. Very posh. 12 have mercy. But for Lady Alize's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at the negotiation table. Not that Emperor Varus left us a great many options. Is unconditional surrender all he will accept, do you think? Ere he arrived, I'd have said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Exactly. He's building up to something, I know it. How then should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light? Invite Varus to explain himself, say nothing of Xenos or the Asians. Invite Varus to explain himself. I mean, he seems to be here to talk, let him talk. You believe he is more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at his ease? Mayhap you are right. Thank you, Indolent. You're welcome. This parley was never like to bring peace, but I had hoped to learn something of Emperor Varus's relationship with the Asians. As had we all. Yet if he is in league with them, he is not like to volunteer the fact. And if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for the presence? If we are to broach the particular subject, we will need to be subtle. What that I knew more of the man. If you would indulge me, Lord Hien, you received an imperial education, did you not? Is it true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute? There is no higher authority in all Garlemald, nor else in the heavens. Come to that, veneration of the gods is forbidden, the only worship permitted being that of His Radiance's own person. Sounds suspiciously like a religion in and of itself. I share your disdain for the hypocrisy. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith, they revere the leader with a fervor others reserve for the divine. It is a flaw common to much of the doctrine that fed us. Logical on the surface, perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varus to reveal something. You've spoken with everyone. Good. Now all that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor, and hope we fare better at the second attempt. Oh, going back in. God, he's just wearing cans.
Now then, who would have the floor?
God, he sounds like a TV judge.
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons pose to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Barrens said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Holy shit, that's impressive.
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer, and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
What in Rolga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of the star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfection.
I'm a rabbit wife and a cat wear hats. That's my imperfection.
That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
Oh god, it's starting to sound like Solus.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
What?
Yes. My grandsire, the former Emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
This is neither of these are ideal, but I'll go with the first one, sure.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
He's off his rocker.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate.
Yep, he's gone off his rocker.
I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
His lips are starting to annoy me.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Aw, he has his arm back.
How many died? There will be no one left.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable! Unconscionable!
Alright, who's next to stand up? Now we're all standing. Bunch of jackasses standing around.
To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together that we might take fate into our own hands.
Into your hands, perhaps. what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Or you can just send me to your empire to kill Elidibus. Come on. I have the Blessing of Light back. We just need an aura
Are
sight.
these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
Oh, you don't need a stepladder to stand up to this dude.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
He almost seems sad. We can defeat the Ascians as we are.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me.
It's really
Though I
sad.
suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
Boy, howdy. Well, we all knew that it was going, but I was kind of hoping I could have just gone to Garlemald to kill Elidibus, and that would have been the next expansion, but... Oh well. Let's see what everybody thinks. Salazar, thoughts? This grand plan is to bring about more calamities? This is insanity. This madman must be stopped at all costs. I'm glad we arrived to aid in the battle. Though our vanguard may be small, these few are our chosen elite, the finest warriors of the Far East. Hey, it's the guy who keeps appearing at the meetings, but I never know his name. We suspected that the Ascians meddled in the shadows of the Empire, but the truth is far beyond my wildest imagining. At least now we know the face of our enemy, and need not hesitate to strike at its heart. The Empire exists to wage war, and war it shall have. But its vast armies pour in like the tides themselves. This could very well be the greatest military threat Eorzea has ever faced. Hey, Lucia's here! The Temple Knights have deployed in full strength. Eorzea's future is Ishgard's future, and our fates ride upon the outcomes of this conflict. The Ascians are terrible beings indeed, that they would found an entire nation to further their dark designs. It would seem the Empire's history is as sinister as Ishgard's own. My first engagement as Flank General. and it's a full-scale war with the Empire. I feel some measure of nervousness, of course, but I swear I will make Father proud as the battles come. In the battles to come, even. Christ. Now that we have learned the Emperor's true purpose, war has become an inevitability. 'Tis times like these I curse my own uselessness in battle. God, can you imagine? Just Nanamo going ham? She'd be a Dark Knight. I refuse the Emperor's words with all my being. What justice is there in an ideal that demands the sacrifice of so many? I was born in the Empire, but I will never serve the Emperor. Only the Seed Seer commands my loyalty. It makes a twisted kind of sense that the Empire was built to buy the Chaos Bringers themselves. Revelation yet rattles me. But now that we know our enemies are one and the same, we have a target upon which to unleash the full force of the Alliance. Send me to the front lines, if you please. We'll give the Imperials a taste of the Maelstrom's cannons, not to mention my axe. Alrighty. And that's about everybody. I came back to find Doma's advanced party already and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy us time for at least some of our allies to arrive. Oh god, the salmon muffin again? Fuck that shit. The face of war. Having listened to Emperor Varisol's maniacal plans, Lys is ready to go to war. Cutscene. Gonna take a little drink of water.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Doma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
Too true.
If the Garleans come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
Too true.
We must seize it, full stop.
Indeed.
Here.
Well, let's fucking go then.
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
I'll sit this one out. It'll be fine.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother.
I would have loved to see Alphinaud's face.
But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
When he learned of the Varus' plan. That would have been pure gold.
Wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
Far be it for me to refuse. I'm dressed in their colors already and wield no weapon, so I might as well.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
Indeed they do.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands.
Alright. Well, let's sally out, shall we?
Comrades, Ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Wait, someone get the Sultana out of here? Or is she gonna be joining Roban as the leader?
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right. So please, don't you dare leave me alone.
Oh, final words. She's going next, isn't she? God damn it.
No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
God, that is a death flag after death flag. Hey, let's stay together. Wanders off on her own. This is counterproductive, Alize. The Gimlet Dark. Sounds like a beer. Alright, let's see what it's about. The Gimlet Dark. For those who dare travel twixt Aldenard and Isambard, there is but one path, and it leads through the Gimlet. A confluence of harsh terrain and ether-climical conditions, which have surrounded the land in perpetual darkness, and it is here the decisive battle for Eorzea begins. Joined by the Far Eastern allies, the Eorzean Alliance battles desperately to fight back the seemingly endless waves of Imperial troops. In a bid to change the tide of battle, the Warrior of Light has been called to the fray. But can they prevail in this land long since lost to the light? Alright, let's fucking go. You know, just stand around for a bit, I guess. And we're headed in. Let's fucking go. Oh, everybody's in. Reminder, we might get some lag. I don't know why. We just might. Damn. Hey, that's a snazzy looking gentleman. It's a dude in a purple suit. Wow, actually going through trenches. Nice. Oh, first engagement. Ah, a little less blinding light.
Forward! Forward!
Wow, that monk wants to die. Keep to the north. We will head off the troops to the south. Alright, Hien, good luck. Give him hell. It's so weird without stuff flashing around for once from where other dudes. Target. There we go. Alright, looks like we got our first boss up. And it's a Colossus. Golden one. Alright, here goes nothing. Hello. What the hell is that? Oh. Oh. Okay. And that was worth a shot. That always cuts it a little close, don't it? And that one's down. Where are we going? Oh, that way. Looks like this healer wants me to pull larger, so let's fucking go. Digging the music. Very lovely. And you go. Alright.
Ready?
Not really, but I'll try my best. Holy crap, it's another one of those things. Alright. Keep moving. We'll hold them here. Huh. Second boss already. This is going quick. Alright, what's your gimmick? Prometheus. So you'll do something with fire, I'm guessing. There's that fire I was looking for. I'm sorry, what? Hello? Uh-oh, that ain't good. Holy hell. Yeah, that's fire, alright. So this is the tank buster then? Yeah, it is! Aha! I know all your tells now. Guys, you might want to get out of that. This spinny thing. Oh, you're almost dead. God, I swear these bosses are dying so fast. Oh, man. Hello. Come to sloth. And you're dead. Oh, these are fun. Actually, that vehicle kind of looked like a hot dog. Anyway. I can use that. Oh yeah, that's right, I got scale and stuff.
You underestimate me!
I don't think they estimate you enough, Ken. Or Aimrick. Aimrick? Something. Should be more down here. Yeah, of course there's one of them here. Hello. What the fuck? Ah, someone's Uber is here. Get a licking. So I don't stop kicking! Ah, hell. Over here. Thank you. Hey, sit over here. Healer. Okay. And there's a fire. Alright. Hey, rude. Rude. Okay. Hey, the Sidsi is doing something. Oh, that was with a shot. And he's self-destruct. What are you doing here, Gary? Nice. Maybe lead with that next time, you Gary. I can't use that. Wow, are we already to the third boss? This dungeon went quick. Who's it gonna be? Oh, it's those two. These savages bested our vanguard. Impressive. But in the end, they are only that. Savages. Now, let us be brief. We need to meet our radiance. Alright, yes, we're fighting the twins. Not Alphino and Alizé, obviously, but you know. How do you? Who's up? Oh, I'm fighting you one at a time. How polite. Rude, though. Very well, leave artillery to me. Okay, that's the buster for you. As soon as she has a different one. Airstrike? Wow, you're dying fucking fast, lady. Hello! What the fuck? Ow. There. Alright, lady, come on. Don't be rude. Impressive, Anna. Let us engage them together. Oh, great. Now I'm going to be two-timed like twins. They cannot hope to evade us both. Bad touch! What the fuck? Excuse me? Okay, I take it back. That's kind of rad. Do I fight you both now, or? Alright, that's fine. Alright, well, that's it. Well, no, but you're gonna be dead in a few seconds. Yep. Hello. Please die. Thank you. No, I even have. You should feel honored, savages. Few have lived to see this twice. Ow. And few still will witness this. Ah, great. What are you doing? That's one. And you're done. We have served our purpose. Come, we shall withdraw for now. Oh god, they brought the blood and the crystal! Seriously, that guy looks snazzy as fuck. Wow, that Lalafell looks snazzy as fuck too. Everybody looking snazzy as fuck. Alright! Wow, no, let's take a second. Whoa. That's intense. That is cool. Alright, let's move on. I just wanted to take in the scenery for a second.
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
I kicked twins' asses.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
Really? So, we're winning.
Tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
This is too positive. Shit's about to hit the fan.
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Yep, here it comes. There it is! You just had to say something, Alizé!
Will expunge all life.
Hello, new phone. Who's this?
Can forestall the calamity.
Sorry, sir, we don't offer that service.
Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 No!
Told you not to tell me not to leave me! Fuck. Now we have to go get back Alphino and her. Today is shit.
Oh no. Don't tell me.
Yes, the good twin is gone.
Right.
No. This is dumb. I don't know.
Quickly, we must get her back to the encampment.
Yeah. I have to go get her fucking... Well, at least Alphino's already gone. Alright. I guess it's just us now. Fucking hell. Alizé is being cared for at the infirmary. Infirmary, even. With that, there were more we could do for her. So, the Garleans have been routed, have they? Well done. Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like it's not. They won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help, and the help of our eastern allies, we've passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alizé, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary. My lord, the Corrigians have completed their examination of Mistress Alizé, and it is as we feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. I always have to take the good ones, just like the others. Damn it all. Aye, the Garleans picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the men to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Alizé is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Ygiri and I will return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the far east is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll keep you to it then. Rabbit wife nod. Judging by the Garleans' recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones, given the plight of your fellow scions. I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Buddy, I haven't rested since since that chick poisoned my water back in Heavensward. Still need my giant bed. Just hurry to welcome me back. What's Flahamin? Whatever. Where is she? Ah, Indolent! Welcome home. Word has it that you and Mistress Alizé gave the Guardians quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alizé? I was certain she would have returned by now. Bad news, Boulder. The Boulder. No, I'm not giving him that voice. Why the 12? Not her too. Ocha and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We will also need to send a message to Tataru, post haste, or that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Colonet, Cryo, and Master Motorio continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, the efforts have yet to bear fruit. The fuck did you guys go? But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole, after all. Though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us, for the time being at least. And cutscene. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Here comes Mr. Sunshine. Here comes Mr. Rain. Here comes Mr. Little Bits with that fucking stupid golf bag of swords! Yep, here we go. Wow, nobody was murdered on screen for once. Mazel tov. A brief reprieve. Holy Boulder's sullen expression suggests that he has no news to share, which in this case may not mean good news. Ah, Indolent, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times, though if you've come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I have naught to report. Coldinet and the others continue the tireless search for the answers. I too have done all in my power to assist them. Alas. Much apologies for the intrusion. Was told Master Alphino had been brought here. I wish to see if his condition has improved. Ah, it's Maxima. And his voice would be rather up here, wouldn't it? Something deep and sophisticated, I would say. Mistress Indolent, I've heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words might sound coming from a Guardian's lips, but I speak them out of the love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. This is why I chose to share all that I know with the Empire. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I'm content to bear this ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay if it helps to prevent this conflict from escalating any further. Rabbit wife nod. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino. An acquaintance of Indolent and Alphino, are you? Far be it from me to turn away good company. If you follow me, good sir. When word reached me that Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. The poor lad. It pains me to see him thus, but I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly in the burn. The Popularis could not have wished for a greater committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. Is it Nero? He awaits my return north Silvertier, and I am certain he would be glad to see you. Assuming you can spare time, that is. Rabbit wife nod. Alright, let's go see who it is. Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Nanny Bot? Activate! That's North Silvertier? I thought that would have been North Silvertier. Okay. How the fuck does it know the north from the south? Christ. Hey, it's Sid. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. Maxima, you've been here for 10 seconds. Fuck off. God, I gotta remember Sid's voice now. Taking a drink of water. Right. Oh god, I forgot your voice. Whatever. It sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Yeah, we should have called you. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration for me. Most Garleans would say he's a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Popularis, however, consider him a revolutionary. A man willing to defy the Empire's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please. Revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. I am but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, I heard from Raban that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true? Gaius? He still lives? Rabbit wife nod. Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Asians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have good sense to stay dead. That is entirely fair, Sid. Should we meet again, I shall be sure to tell him so. Commander Arden also spoke of the Alliance meeting with the Emperor, though I still labor to believe what he told us. Did his Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the Ascians? Rabbit wife nod. But that is madness. That the very notion is absurd. Every fiber of my being rails against it, and yet I see there's no escaping the truth. The very founding of my homeland, my brothers, my sisters have laid down their lives in service to a lie. The Ascians must be stopped. To save my people. To save all peoples. For all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is the past. In the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions must be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Serio's wall was a good start, but we can do more. And we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Right. Sup, bitch? Commander Arden requests your presence at the Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He will discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Dude, I haven't even had a nap. Fucking hell. Ah, yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time, no doubt, being of the absence. Could I perhaps tempt you to ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Robon's side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. I mean, I could teleport there, right? Oh, I guess we're flying there on the Excelsior. I too will make for the border anon. If there's aught I can do to help, I consider it my duty to see it done. I swear every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger. Every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious. Which, of course, is an admiral's skill. But no one is invincible, Indolent. Not even you. So please, take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from the headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked to evacuate casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? Yeah, good to see you too, Sid. A requiem for heroes. Despite the apparent urgency of Robon's summons, the resistant fighter seems content to wait for your signal to proceed. Commander Alden is waiting, my lady. It would be best if we proceeded to the Alliance headquarters at once. Are you ready? That will be, buddy. Right. Oh god, when for a tussle. Alright, Robon, what's up? Ah, you're here. Good. I summon you to discuss strategy. But first I would apprise you of the Guardian's movements. Upon speaking to Robon, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Of course they will. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay, cutscene, I guess.
There have been several skirmishes
good, it's
along the
voiced.
border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly. As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east.
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos.
Of course they are.
Lord Hien and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they?
I like how everyone just kind of forgot about Xenos.
Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight?
I mean, you're gonna send me anyway, dude, so just... as long as you leave the ass into me.
He may not die as such, but to see Lord Xenos fall on the battlefield would deal a heavy blow to Imperial morale. I'll see to it the men stay clear.
Lovely. We finally get to kill an Ascian. It has been a fucking hell!
Why won't they open?
Stranger danger! Bad touch!
I bid you open.
Stranger danger! Bad touch! Bad touch! Bad touch!
What's wrong? Is it the voice again?
I need an adult.
Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this?
Does it fucking matter? You're gonna send me anyway. I know how this plays out, Roban.
May Ralga grant us strength.
I was happy going to sleep and punching out beetles. And now I'm fighting fucking Ascians.
I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
I need to make that giant fuck-off bed already. Maybe I'll do that over the weekend. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Some bullshit. Hey, Hien. Hey, ugly. Ready for a rematch, Lise? Well, not wow, everybody's here who fought him once. Alright. Guess we're doing this. Come get a licking. Alright. Well, let's see what this does. Okay. Alright, so this would be our normal attack. That's a combo. Oh, that'll heal us. Alright. I'm losing a lot of health here. Okay. Oh, good. Heal me. Soon I shall give life to man's indomitable spirits. Hello! That's what that's for. Let's start doing carpeting this weekend. Best way to do them is leaves or whatever they're called. I do have a lot of allowance stacked up. Strength, my friends. We will not do to have indolent arrive before us, battered and broken. Fight and struggle if that is your want, but you will not escape your fate. Uh-oh. Ow. Perfect, so it's not for you to decide. Enough. You will know your place. What the fuck is going on? That ain't good. Oh, that ain't good. Well, it'll help, dudes. Oh, no, you don't.
Here it comes!
Oh. Well, that's Lise dead. Nice on you, Lise. Oh, Yugiri's got something going on.
Shinobi's power.
What you doing? Oh, that's smart.
The art of my forebears.
Uh-oh. Get the Lise. Get the Lise, get the Lise, get the Lise. Still you choose to struggle against the inevitable. Twilight is but a few hundred miles away, and I run slow as shit. We may be on the back foot, but this is not over. Gonna hold out until Enderlin arrives. I'm sure we can turn this around. Simple. Honor the swell. Maybe I should level Samurai. She comes, does she? I need not waste my time with you. Uh-oh. That can't be good. That's intense. Oh, that's just mean. Lizard wife, no! Oh! Well, there goes your helm. That was rude.
Magic. With a Garlean body. That's hardly fair.
Yeah, he is kind of petty, isn't he?
Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I was gonna say I was impressed that Yang could stand up after that, but... I'm back! Sup, my good bitch?
Ah, bringer of light. It has been too long.
Let me take this somewhere else. It's kind of corpsey.
No words to mark our reunion? So be it. Equilibrium must be restored, and only your death will redress the balance.
Come get a lickin', body snatcher. Hey, this time we both have giant katanas. We're back. Back again. Sloth is back. Tell a friend, fuck you up! Oh, this is like Nabaliero's fight. Nobody wants to talk to Elidibus. Damn Skippy. Alright, not too bad of a fight. I've had worse, fights. You suck at aiming, Elidibus. Your strong Briggerite, but a blessing will not avail you. We're doing this now. God, you do this one time and you think it's the belle of the ball. God, my grandma hits harder than you. Impossible. And you've still grown so powerful in the gift. Sloppy! Try some dumb shit like that. There we go. Move around. And then he's going to, yeah. Okay. I got you down to a T, mister. This. I can indeed. Alright, down to 25%. I can do this. Sweet, says the guy who can't even break through my darkest night. Death by inches. Take that. See you now. Get fucked? I assume there's a cutscene after this. Yeah. Well, that has to be the easiest Xenos fight I've ever had. But then again, it's not really Xenos, cuz... Ding-a-ding-ding, here comes Elizabeth! Yeah. I was gonna say, what was our Blade of Light? That fucker ain't dead at all. I'll kick your ass again, dude.
Your mother chose her champion well.
You need to fight Sadu or the Dothriel.
You will still fail.
Will I, though? You call that a hit? God damn it!
I beseech you.
Someone calls to you.
If this is your doing, Elizabeth, I will kick your ass!
Too late, alas.
You got a dummy thick ass, and I'll kick it. Okay. Frey? You have a moment? Oh, I'm dead. But Alphonel went before me! Victory! Or not? Oh, great, I'm... God damn it, it's Heidelin, isn't it?
At last, I found you.
Or... Hi, Heidelin. Or Heidelin's creepy uncle. The fuck's wrong with your arm, Heidelin? I know we call you the Mother Crystal, but this is dumb as shit.
Please, there's no cause for alarm.
It's a bit alarming.
Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet.
Can you meet me anywhere else, though?
But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion.
Okay.
The better
Go on.
path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
You could have just sent a messenger. I don't care for either of these options. Here we go. Let's just go with the obvious. Who are you? I'm Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
I'm afraid such questions will have to wait.
No, what?
Precious little time, and your work is not yet done. Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts. One which I pray will help you on your journey.
Okay.
All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest.
Heidelin said not to talk to strangers, though.
Soon, we will throw wide the gates.
I take it back. Bad touch! Bad touch!
And the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
Does the first have the light of the crystal? It does! I need to start wearing sunglasses. Fuck my eyes. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a headache pill after this. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, great. I'm an Ishgard on it. Hi, Emmerich! Holy shit! The height difference!
You're awake. Thank heavens.
Shut up! The height difference, Emmerich! What the fuck are you sitting on? There was no stool there. Where is Xenos? Why am I dead? Is Alphinaud back to life? If he is, I swear to God.
I see you recall that much, at least. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered.
Bullshit.
A crown prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow.
Bullshit. I had him on the ropes.
Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons.
Swear to God, if you say Alphinaud, I will kick your ass.
Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont.
Oh, Estinian? Yeah! Our Sundari
Estinian
friend.
never was one for emotional farewells.
That is true.
Though Xenos bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position.
Lovely.
We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies.
Oh, so that Thancred's rumor finally went out.
Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court.
Oh, so that's all coming to a head now.
This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Xenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
Is Alzay alright? I don't give a fuck about Alphinaud.
Yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now.
You're not the boss of me. And then again, I should make that giant
the
bed.
hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you.
Yes, Mom.
Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest.
Fine.
But before I forget...
Hmm?
I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
From here on out, I'm going to refer to Emmerich as Mother Hen. He even looks like a hen. Or a really well-armored goose. A swan? No, swans are pissed off little shit birds. Never mind. Oh, that was an Hey, 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 it's Dad! Well, This is most unexpected surprise. Hey! Dad Fortin! Fortin! When I heard you had collapsed on the field of battle, I confess I feared the worst. But with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. I'm all good, Dad. As long as we have you, Mistress Scotty. History suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt even here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, Artoriel will soon be departing to the front lines with a contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength had returned, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. Damn tootin', Dad. God, your mutton chops still somewhat bother me. Indeed, I suspect you have already decided on your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt. The light of hope shall ever guide our steps, so long as we have the will to press forward. And so she came, and pressed onward we must. Farewell, my friend. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. Didn't his voice actor just pass away? I think I read something about that back in like October? That's some good Ishgardian music. But Munis returns to the Rising Stones! Ah, that's sad. He was such a good voice actor. Really brought us into Heavensward and sent us off. God, Heavensward was a really good expansion. Oh, cutscene. Hey, what's up, bitches? Where my bed at? Hi.
By the 12! I don't believe it!
Ah, Tataru, the hardest scion working today. It's good to see you. I do have this strange nostalgia for Heavensward. Yeah. Good times. Good times. Oh shit, I made her cry. I must be executed at once. It's okay, Tataru.
I rushed back as soon as I could.
I can see that.
I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapse like the others. What in heaven's name is going on?
Alright, so there's this guy. He looks like Heidelind's creepy uncle. And he may have kidnapped the twins. The most important thing is, Alphino's gone. But we need to go get Yustola, Urange, Thancred, and Alze. Alright?
Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful.
I'm glad you agree. You're my Point Break.
And what else did he say? The better path leads to him?
Hopefully he's not a fanboy stalker.
If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him.
Yeah, that screams of having Van with the
Sir
candy
Emmerich said
written on
the
it.
fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? What if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back? Thancred, Yustola, Urianger,
Alize.
Alize.
Yes, Alize
You're
twice.
going to need all of them on your side to defeat him.
Yeah. 2 Alizes would be great.
And I forbid you from going to face him on your own. Do you hear me?
Alright, you get to tag along. You'll be my cheerleader. Not like
So
Portia
if you
Fonts here.
must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I've missed you, Tataru.
As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right?
It's either that or a slice of bacon. I may have
But how are
said
you
it.
to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut?
2 Alizés are better than 1. Think of everything we could get done.
There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's find.
Oh, that's how you pronounce Coinax. It's like cognac.
Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
You fucking better. We could kick so much ass with 2 Alizés. We could go into any dungeon and it would all be dead in seconds. Oh, meanwhile in the Imperial's palace. I swear, that throne gets bigger and bigger every time we see it.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
I kicked his ass!
A minor setback. She will not escape me again.
Yes, I will!
Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Ascians do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Ascian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Good job, Varus. You finally shut him the fuck up.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
I was wondering what was going to happen with that. Oh, we're dead. We're dead, we're dead, we're dead. Boy, no wonder your grandsire hated you. That's a face not even a mother could love. I'm gonna assume this is the credits and just... yeah. Alright, let's see. I knew you'd be alright. To celebrate your return, I made you this. A brand new traveling outfit. Huh. I do hope it fits. But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers of St. Cognac. It's fine. You can go and rest while we track down the beacon. Science Traveler's outfit. A branded chest containing a complete set of the Traveler's outfit. Let's see. Oh, hey. Hello, Xenos.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Hey, speaking of weird fetishes. Hey, it's Xenos.
Bloody savages!
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised.
Like, what are they gonna do with him still being alive?
May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
Neat. And like that, I have an idea for a next start screen. Starting soon screen. Yeah, that'll do nicely. I think I'll use that. In the midst of a requiem for heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In fields tranquil light, sow you seeds of darkness. And that is that. Check out this armor. Even nope, that is useless then. Not too bad. Boots are kind of fucking weird, but you know. Pretty neat. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go load up a couple programs. We have a trailer to watch. So, be right back. Oh, wrong thing. Boop. 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 There we go. Just a second. stuff around. There we are. Let's fucking go. That's intense. Square Enix. We
years have come and gone since that day.
Damn.
How many years have I waited for this moment?
Maybe we should have been a samurai.
For the one that stood alone against the storm.
Oh, that is just awesome. Holy shit!
For the one they called.
Oh.
The warrior of light.
Oh, this is a banger. He was an archer in 1.1, right? Calamity. Realm Reborn, Stormblood, and Heavensward. And now... Weary Wanderer. No fight left to fight. No life left to live. Oh, it comes, the end, your end. Holy oh my god. I've never seen him change classes like that. Fool, who are you? No one. Nothing. Hello. Shit's on fire. Excuse me? Orianze, where are your clothes? Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. And there's Dragoon! Monk! Holy shit. HD Y'shtola. Damn right you will. Are those fat cats? Like literally fat cats? Hello. Hey, ugly. Oh, it's Thancred. He's got a haircut and a gun blade. Nice. Fucking sick. Kick their ass. Ha 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 ha. You son of a bitch. Oh my god. Minfilia? What the? Wait, what? What's Minfilia doing there? Hello. Yeah, that's definitely a crystal tower. Oh, I see. This is when Danza and Viera were introduced, wasn't it? God, this song is a fucking banger.
This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone.
Alright, Heideland's creepy uncle. Is Samurai? Nothing. People would pay for that. I know people who would pay for that. Ah! Hello! Nice! Hell yeah! Dark Knight, bitches! I want that armor. And that sword. I need a giant sword, chat. Shadowbringers. Nice! Wow, consider me hyped! Oh, I can I? That was awesome. That was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to call the stream. Thank you so much, KO2 and Not Silver Azure, for stopping by the stream. We will continue this tomorrow. We may or may not have a different look by then, and we may or may not go for Hildebrand and other such little side quests on the way. In the meantime, we will definitely be starting next week off with Shadowbringers. You can get the sword. It's a pain in the butt to do. Oh. Well, we're just gonna have to see then. But thank you. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Unless I take tomorrow off. In which case, see you Monday for Shadowbringers. Until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and you beautiful rainbow people in between, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a good sleep, y'all. God, that was such a fucking banger.